I'm gonna figure out when Paul's mom is cooking him Christmas dinner, and I'm gonna sneak over and hang out by the trash can for the leftovers.
Okay, you're welcome.
So in other words, just like last year, Robert.
Huh?
So in other words, just like last year.
Yeah, something like that. Except I didn't hang out by the trash can.
I don't know. You're there for a little bit. I think you're talking to my dad out there.
Yeah.
Oh, liking the earrings,
Oh,
Kelly.
I love your living room. It's so festive. You guys are so cool.
Tis the season.
Look at those earrings.
Heck
Hey,
yeah,
Sam, I'm
if it were
getting in
dark, you could
traffic.
see that they're
Please-
flashing.
Sam, please admit, people, I'm getting in traffic.
We had our Rotary Club party Tuesday night, which was virtual. So we had everything decked out. It was awesome. I mean, these virtual parties, it's not like being there, but if you got the spirit, you got a cold frosty beverage, it definitely helps.
Or a warm one.
Yeah, or a warm one.
Yeah,
I am going to take.
We should
Go ahead,
have
Robert.
talked Paul's
Sorry.
mom into making little care packages for it,
Ooh, that would have been a brilliant plan.
and just delivered them to everybody.
Right. We'll make it
That's a good question. Hold on. So I am right now at Mainstay Farms because this is the last day that they're open for the season, and I have started doing a reward system that hinges on whether mommy meets her goals, and they helped me meet my goal for this week, and so we are here at Mainstay Farms, and my phone might die, so FYI, if I disappear, that is why.
Hey, Santa came early. Rich Froelich is with us.
Hey, Rich.
Hi.
All right.
Haven't seen you in forever.
It's been a while. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Oh, good. All right.
Hey, Rich, I'm up to 8 miles a day on the bike.
Congratulations. No, that's great. How do you feel?
All you.
I'll tell you what, your watershed, the thing you should your goal is 10 miles, because once I got to 10 miles, everything after that was easier.
Nice. Well, I'm just
But you're doing it every day, so that's awesome too. That's great. Awesome.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up with Dr. Parvez. She's smoking me on it right now.
All right. I haven't had time to ride. It's crazy.
Yep.
Well, it's 12:04. Maybe we should get started. And Rich,
Yes.
since you're our long lost friend, why don't you take a couple of minutes to tell us what you've been up to?
Oh, a couple of minutes. Okay. Well, pretty much once COVID happened, I had a friend of mine who who owns a bike shop in Mansfield. And we've been friends for a while. And he really, I don't know if you know anything about bicycles and what's been going on during this plague, but everybody's been wanting to exercise independently, not in gyms, and the bicycle has become like the gold item to get. And it's only been, well, we've done it since March, and I think that's the last time you might have seen me is March, and we've been going 24/7. It feels like, anyway. I've been helping him out at the bike shop. I've been fixing bikes. I've been helping him with his, we haven't had time to work on his digital media, but I will eventually help him with that. But yeah, so I've been helping people get on 2 wheels, fix bikes, and just sell bikes whenever they come in. I don't know if you know anything about the supply chain, but it's hard to get normal goods nowadays because we're at the mercy of all these shipping companies, which are overburdened, and all the overseas supplies it's really, this whole COVID thing has changed everything. I don't need to tell you guys that. You all know. You guys have probably been talking about it more than I have. I've been fixing bikes. Pretty much that's what I've been doing since March. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. And this is my first Thursday that I've taken off since then. And I'm going to try to take Thursdays off from now on, at least visit with you guys every other week. see if I can do that. So
Perfect.
that's,
Well-
any questions?
It's great to see you. We can probably circle back. This is supposed to be our virtual holiday party. So why don't we do this as we go around the horn? If you feel
Oh.
like doing a 30-second commercial, feel free to do that. But
I
I'd
didn't
really
bring any-
like to extend you the
Okay.
latitude to tell us, to have a minute or a minute and a half to tell us what your favorite Christmas memories might be, or what
Oh,
anything you might be interested in sharing with the group. Since this is a virtual Christmas party, I've got my party food, chips, crackers. I've got some chili con queso and a mug here, and I'm drinking my Diet 7-Up out of a Christmas mug, and it has
Okay.
virtual vodka in it. Virtual vodka.
I didn't
And-
even
and
bring
so,
any real stuff.
So I'm
with
really
me.
trying. This is the only Christmas party I'm going to go to all year. Too bad it has to be a one-man party, but I'm glad I could share it with you guys. So, Bo,
Okay.
why don't you take a minute and a half to tell us what you want to tell us, and then we'll go with David and Heather. How about that?
Yeah, it's fine. Favorite Christmas memory, I think, is going to be a couple of years ago. My wife and I met my daughter and son-in-law, and we took our whole family to Snowy Ridge ski area in Wyoming, and we had a couple of days of just a good skiing trip, and got to see some beautiful sights. And it was the first time that we were all together for a while, just because my kids were in college and starting new families. And so it was a really good Christmas memory for us that we were all together, and we had a good time in Snowy Range ski area. Very beautiful up there. If nobody's ever been up in that area, it's beautiful. So that was a really good memory for me for Christmas.
Hey, if there's any way I could go, because holy 1%. My name is Kelly Zotter, and I am your resident life insurance specialist. Specifically, Christmas. My favorite memories is when I was 5 or 6 years old. We had moved from Texas to Minnesota, and that is a giant move. And then it snowed, what I swear was 5 million feet of snow that first winter that we were there. And we all got bundled up and went out in our front yard and legitimately built an igloo with the help of Dad's chainsaw. And that igloo stayed in our front yard until the middle of June, just because. So it was awesome. And I hadn't thought about that for a while. So thank you so much for reminding me of that.
All right, David Berg, why don't you go ahead and go, since Sam stepped away.
Not a problem. This is David Berg with Colors Professional Floor Care. I want to tell you one quick story. Nobody likes to hear this, but this coincides with a lot what David Curtis does. We had a really good client. One of my techs was cleaning their floors and chipped their tile. And we wound up replacing the tile. It was about a $700 hit, but we did it. And my tech called me and said, hey, I did it. I was tired. I dropped my wand. It chipped the tile. And I guess the moral of the story is I read a lot of neighborhood web pages and stuff about complaints. And one of the biggest ones is people doing a shoddy job and not taking care of it. So like if, you do something wrong, bite the bullet, don't try to hide from it. Try to get out of it. I mean, I did not want to spend $700 on new floors. And ironically, it's a friend of mine. He never mentioned it to me. I mean, we took care of it and we handled it. Favorite Christmas memory. We first moved to Texas from Colorado when I was 9. We were dirt poor. We lived in a trailer in the unincorporated area of Kennedale. My stepdad had to hawk his watch to buy our meal, pawn his watch. Y'all probably know what hawk means. And we literally went and stole a tree off somebody's property with a saw we had to borrow. We popped popcorn and put it around it, and the propane ran out. So we literally sat around Christmas morning drinking hot nutmeg, which to this day I cannot stand it because of that. That's all we had. And we had a great Christmas. It was no presents. There was absolutely no gifts, and a small little meal. And to this day, I tell this story a lot. my happiest memory because the next year there were so many presents under the tree at our brand new house. My stepdad got a really good job, and it just wasn't the same. Thanks.
Next, can we have David Curtis and Heather?
Hey everybody, David Curtis with Hops HR. So my favorite memory as a kid kind of goes back to like Kelly's memory, but we would go up to Nebraska to go see family every Christmas.
Think about it.
And there was always,
Because I'm always
2 foot of snow on the ground, and we would just build whatever we wanted to build out in the snow, and that was always absolutely so much fun. But now, since I've got a daughter, watching her at Christmas time has been just really awesome to see. Her getting excited about presents. And this year especially, this is her 3rd Christmas. Just so excited about the Christmas spirit, singing all the Christmas songs and Santa Claus and snowmans and all that sort of stuff. She's it's just so much fun. So that's my new favorite memory now. So
Heather?
Hi, everyone. I'm finally finishing up with Santa and Christmas this week. So I'm like, yay! But my favorite Christmas memory, I don't have a favorite. Dad always does breakfast on Christmas morning. He's been doing that for several years now. So I guess I look forward to Christmas morning and Dad actually in the kitchen instead of anybody else. And we're always busy during the season with family stuff. And this year we actually get to take a break from that. So I get to sleep in on some things. So, but other than that, that's about all I have.
Next, I want our most exciting speaker to be Mrs. Brody to tell us how naughty a child Paul was when he was young.
All right, Mom, you got the floor.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. There's too many memories to go back anymore. But tell you what I remember. Post-war, which is a long time ago for you guys and a lot longer for me.
World War II.
But World War II, not World War I. I'm not that old. Shush, Paul. And we used to wake up every Christmas morning. No one had much money in those days because it was just after the war and everything was rationed. And I wake up and I feel that stocking on my bed. And there was always a book, there was always an apple and an orange, and there was always a stick of rock that my favorite uncle used to buy from Withensea, which is a seaside place. It's a great big stick of rock. And that was my Christmas, and it was wonderful. Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
Okay, Paul, what about you?
Actually, most Christmases are great at home with the family, but I was reminded yesterday, the last time we had a white Christmas was 2009. And that, I think, is the best one because that was the first white Christmas I've had since we lived in England. And it was just great just having a white Christmas in Texas. Because, David said it best, right? It's not about the gifts. It's about the people you spend the time with. That is the whole point of Christmas and the Christmas spirit. And just seeing snow on Christmas Day, that was my all-time favorite memory from Christmas.
Okay, next, can we have Angie? Uh-oh.
Am I the only one in the lineup this morning?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the scavenger list, so I'm...
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Angie with Digital. My favorite memory of Christmas is every Christmas because we started a tradition when Adeline was little of wrapping Santa gifts in the exact same wrapping paper every year. So yes, I stocked up on it and they love that memory. And now she's 21, but we took her to Disney World when she was about 7 and had the packages shipped to the hotel. So when we woke up in the hotel on Christmas morning, Santa had came. He found her at Disney World and she just flipped a lid. So
Santa
David,
is very clever.
David, that's a great idea to do with your child now starting out. Wrap Santa gifts separately and in certain paper. And then they'll remember it for the rest of their lives. So anyway.
Great. Thank you for sharing that with us there, Angie. Next, we're going to go with Leslie, Kathy, and the Shabazz office.
Alrighty. When Angie was saying her story of like wrapping the same gifts or the Santa gifts in the same paper, it just reminded me of my brother, and he thought Santa was real for a really long time because his mom would do the same thing. We hit that wall eventually. I think my favorite Christmas may have been, I like singing in a choir, and specifically in Spanish. And so one year I was able to participate in a church choir and just sing these songs that I didn't grow up with. I didn't know really anything about like God or Christ or just like spiritual things in general. And it just felt really nice to be part of like this whole group and then just sing these beautiful songs that just made me feel really nice, I guess.
Kathy?
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Kathy Mitchell with Mid-Cities HR, and also just the sidebar here. I was just hired as the new executive director for Hope Tutoring Center here in Arlington. So if any of y'all are into tutoring, please let me know because our kids are really going to need a lot more of it after COVID. It has disrupted their academic years. But let's see, favorite Christmas memories. I don't know if I can actually say I have a favorite, but going back to when I was a kid and thinking about y'all talking about Santa here and finding children, my maiden name is Gowdy. And we had in our family something we call a Gowdy goodbye, which means that none of us knew how to say goodbye. It took us hours to get out the door. And I was the youngest of 5 children. My oldest brothers were teenagers when I was born. And so I had a lot of nieces and nephews that were just under me in age. And so on Christmas Eve, everyone would come over to open presents, and all of my nieces and nephews would be there playing with me till way past midnight because their parents did not know how to get out the door because they'd be having a Gowdy goodbye that would take forever. And they would start freaking out. My nieces and nephews would start freaking out, worrying that Santa was going to miss them because they weren't home in bed. And I had to assure them that Santa understood our family dynamic and that he would wait and circle back and they would not be missed. So Santa did not ever miss my nieces or nephews.
Dr. Parvez, I know you laugh at me when I screw up both your names, so I'm trying to keep you in the Christmas spirit, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm usually, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm usually always working on Christmas all the time. I usually offer always to work, so we'd have Laura tell her Christmas memory.
Well, yeah. I guess my last year was actually my favorite year. It was less stressful, with the exception of my grandkids. We didn't really do presents. So we just gathered together as a family and played games, little exchange games. It was a lot of fun, less stress, good food, and it was a nice weather too. We got to be outside. So I like that. Not into snow or cold. 80 degrees on Christmas, that's me. I like that.
Okay, great. All right, next we've got Amanda and Rich for his Christmas memories, and then we'll have our host and technical support, Robert Blake. Amanda?
Okay, my favorite Christmas memory was when we were kids, we would go and pick out our Christmas tree. So we always had a real tree. So I started that tradition when I had children. So every year we always had a family tree, and it was always a live one. And so this year I decided I didn't want to put up a Christmas tree. I was going to put up an artificial tree, and I got scolded by my 27-year-old and said, no, that is not Christmas for us. So I had to go and get a real Christmas tree. And every year I still put up my children's ornaments when they were in school, you know, the little handmade ornaments and stuff. And we kind of go and we all have a little story about them. And my son and I, we were kind of telling stories about those ornaments. So we've been where we had no money and as a single mom, and those were the best memories for me. So a real Christmas tree, Chris, great memories to do with your daughter.
Hey, Rich.
Y'all have reminded me of so many different things. At first, when I went into this, I wasn't sure if I had a good Christmas memory to share. Now I have three. When I first moved to Texas, the Merediths were the branch of my family that lived down here, and they are a huge extended East Texas, and Oklahoma too. All the people would converge on my aunt's house, and the Meredith Christmas. You've never been to a White Elephant Christmas party until you've seen it in those days. Since then, we've had a lot of passings, and it's just not the same anymore. And what with COVID, we're definitely not having it this year. But imagine a room of 20 plus people playing White Elephant with no stops. It just goes until no stops. It would just keep going around. There was no locks, no stops. It was insane. So that's one of my favorite Christmas memories. Getting a live tree, I would agree with that. In fact, for a couple of years, my wife and I, we would take the kids and we would cut our own. And that was great. And the one I was going to go with before I mentioned the Meredith Christmas was Christmas on the radio. Being a DJ on a live radio station for Christmas is wonderful because you get to pick the songs that mean something to you. And I've been blessed with my campus radio station because of COVID. I've been doing some digital shows, and I get to do that again this year, although remotely. I get to do 2 hours of Christmas music. So really looking forward to that. And yeah, so that's what I got.
What radio station is that going to be on?
WXCI in Danbury, Connecticut. So it is streamed, and I can share that with the group as far as when that
put it
show.
in the chat. Put it in the chat box, okay?
Okay, I will. Yeah, and I didn't tell you anything about RF Media, but that's not what we're doing here at the Christmas party.
We'll extend you the latitude, but we'll come back. I don't
I'll
think
come
we're
back
gonna,
again.
Yeah, I don't think
I
we're
know
gonna
next week we're not, but in the new year I'll try to make more of these Zoom meetings, and hopefully, God willing, we'll be together again in person.
Okay, Leslie, and then Jennifer Payne and Robert Blake. Okay.
I already. Oh, my bad. I already went.
Okay, sorry. My Hollywood squares are jumping around. Okay, how about Jennifer and Robert? Jennifer, you okay? Okay, Jennifer? Okay. Robert? Are you hearing me?
We can hear you, but I don't think they can.
Okay, William, will you take your turn?
Yes. William with Climate Experts. Far too many memories for 50 years worth of Christmases, but I guess when I was younger, I'm from up in the East in New York, upstate New York, and we have family in also in New York City. So we always pretty much had a white Christmas, but our biggest part of our family are from that area. So it was our family traditions of having everybody who was alive, like my grandparents and stuff that are no longer here. We're all giant Italian wedding, not wedding, but Christmas style, just giant, lots of people. It was probably more fun being in the snow and having a big, complete family, Christmas. We moved to Texas in 1980, and it was just my grandmother, my uncle was here, so we followed them here, and so most of our family still lives up north. Those were my favorites.
Well, thank you, William. Jennifer, can you hear me? I'm guessing no. Okay. And Robert, can you hear me? Sounds like no. So I'll take my turn. I have two memories I'd like to share. One, when I was a kid, I think I was about 6. Our family drove from Austin, Texas to North Carolina to visit my grandmother. And we didn't even announce that we were coming in. We just knocked on her door. And when she opened the door, we were singing, "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." So she was thrilled, of course, but I think she was somewhat shocked that what we're going to do with 4 new people in her 2-bedroom house, but it was still quite a Christmas for her. And then for those of you that don't still believe in Santa Claus, when my oldest son, Andrew, was 4, he was awakened at 3 o'clock in the morning by sleigh bells. So that's proof positive for sure. So those are a couple of my favorite Christmas memories. And Jennifer, can you hear me now? It's funny how she joined us and can't hear. Okay, on to our Christmas. Does everyone have something to toast with? A drink? Here's to a healthy and happy and prosperous 2001. Let's hope the vaccine works, and we'll be back seeing each other just as soon as possible. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Dilly dilly.
Cheers.
Okay,
Hey, Sam,
Paul.
you said 2001. It should be 2021.
2021. I'm not good with names or numbers. That's why I'm in sales.
Dilly dilly.
I mean, what you meant.
Yeah, I'd like to share with you guys, Becky Nussbaum is affiliated with a manufacturing company is a part owner of that. And they sent me as a Christmas gift, these little Christmas decorations made out of the overages from the shields they'd made. They're very cute. So if anybody needs any extra Christmas, we're using them, attaching them to our gifts because they just add a little extra flavor to them there. Paul, you want to walk us through this virtual scavenger hunt?
So we actually did this with our Rotary Club on Tuesday. It was a ton of fun. We don't use the whole thing. We basically just ask a question, and then basically we've got how many people on here? About 15. So we just ask that you try to answer it in about 30 seconds. And the first one's really easy. Favorite Christmas gift of all time. So your all-time favorite Christmas gift. Sam, what's yours?
Gee, I guess I think it was a car race set when I was about 8 or 9.
Nice. Bo, how about you? Bo Bairden.
Yep, a mongoose bicycle.
I had the Diamondback. David Curtis.
I would say it was a trip to Disney World back when I was a kid.
Nice. Heather.
The car I'm driving right now.
Wow.
Angie.
My engagement ring.
Oh, very nice. You and Becky. Becky said the same thing on Tuesday. Kathy.
A crazy wheel when I was a kid.
Nice. Dr. Parvez's office.
Sorry.
I got earrings at 16.
Earrings, cool.
Nice. David Berg.
All right, this is a little different. My parents went to Germany for a month, and I didn't get a Christmas present at all because I was a sophomore, and we threw a party almost every night at my house. So,
Gift that keeps on giving. Leslie Nunez.
I think bedroom makeover, like we painted the walls.
Cool. Jennifer Payne, if you can hear us. So I think she's unmuted. Or not. Let me see. Jennifer, if you can hear us, can you wave? Okay, yeah, if you're able to unmute, if you want to tell us your favorite Christmas gift. But you're still muted. There you go.
Favorite Christmas gift?
Yeah.
Probably my engagement ring when my husband asked me to marry him.
Beautiful. Amanda.
Mine is when my son came home from being in the Air Force, and he was stationed in Germany.
Nice.
So that was my favorite, and I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, so that was hard.
Kelly Sauter.
And my husband a gorgeous piano. Another year, he got me tickets to.
All right, Rich Frolic.
I'd have to say my first camera. I remember getting that. I probably was in just barely in double digits when that happened. So that was cool.
Mr. Williams.
Put me on the spot.
Yes, sir.
You've had time to think
all the
about it,
gifts.
William.
I think all gifts I've received are great from all people, but it's hard to remember them all. But I guess the sentimental ones were the ones when I was a kid, like my big Hot Wheels collecting tire plastic. It housed my 40 Hot Wheels stuff, and also the little, I think they were called transistor radios back then. They were portable, small, had a little leather case on them. I think my grandfather gave me one, and I carried that thing around, listening to baseball games and stuff. So yeah, that was one I can remember.
Cinderella. Hey, Mom, what about you?
It was a Cinderella coach replica. It was about so big. And Paul and my staff for the company I work for, which was Sandwich Research, I used to do a big Christmas party every year for them. And I was absolutely amazed when I saw the gifts that Paul and the rest of the staff had given to me. And I know that Paul was the one that I'd seen this beautiful thing in a store, and I was dreaming about it, and I kept saying to him, oh, one day I would love to have that. I never thought I would get one, and it's always and will be my favorite gift.
If you guys are familiar with the San Francisco Music Box Company, it used to be in the Parks Mall. It was the Fabergé egg Cinderella carriage. And she was like, I'm never going to have that. I'm like, yeah, you will. So that was the story behind that. I'm going to tell you my sentimental one. And it's kind of teared up a few people in our club on Tuesday. But how many of you guys had G.I. Joes growing up? Okay, so you guys are all familiar with the USS Flagg aircraft carrier. It was like the 7.5-foot one. It was like the impossible gift, right? So my parents split up. We were selling our house in Interlochen. Mom didn't have much money. I still don't know how she did this, but Christmas 1986, Christmas Eve, she got me that aircraft carrier. And just kind of share you the story with that. It's not a fact that it was just this huge gift. It's just the fact that I still don't know to this day what she sacrificed to do that, but it just meant the world, especially with what we were going through at the time. And to connect that story, some of you guys know I'm building an arcade upstairs. I still have the aircraft carrier. It's in my garage, and I'm actually taking it and restoring it. I'm going to make that a centerpiece in my arcade upstairs. So it's just the sentimental with that. It's the spirit of Christmas, you know, making things happen that you don't think are going to happen. All right, Sam, that's our round of that one. You want me to do one more?
Sure.
All right, favorite Christmas movie, Bo Berden.
Oh, I would have to say The Christmas Story.
And why is it your favorite?
Because it's just funny. It just, it's just a bunch of kids, and it's just a funny Christmas story. It's a good movie.
Sam Elliott.
I kind of like Love Actually.
Yes. And why?
Because it has so many interwoven stories, and I kind of like those ensemble pieces like that. And I think Hugh Grant's really funny as the Prime Minister of England.
David Curtis.
That's a tough one for me. I'm not a big movie person, but maybe Christmas Story, since it's always on Christmas Day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Christmas movie. We just watched Klaus on Netflix, and that was really good. Really good story.
Nice. Heather Lee, favorite Christmas movie and why?
A Muppet Christmas Carol. Just because I love the Muppets.
Fair enough. Angie.
It's a Wonderful Life. Just because it's nostalgic and old and black and white. So
nice. Kathy Mitchell.
Arthur Christmas, because it's hilarious and you can watch it. Every time you watch it, you see something new in it you hadn't spotted before. It's fast paced. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, watch Arthur Christmas.
Dr. Parvez.
Laura was going to say Elf, and I was going to say Home Alone, but then some of you guys mentioned other ones that are nice too, like It's a Wonderful Life. We like those. So, and what was the other one? Yeah, at least those. They're just cute.
Nice. Amanda, favorite Christmas movie and why?
My favorite is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think it's hilarious, and it's just something that my kids and I have always watched, and since they were little. And then I think that Elf is kind of up there, so then we kind of compete with those two. So those are the reasons, because my children have loved them, and we continue to watch them as they get older.
Nice. Jennifer Payne.
Elf has to be my favorite. My husband and I watch it every year. Actually, we watch it all year long, to be honest. But it's just funny. It's enjoyable to watch, and I like Will Ferrell.
Rich.
Die Hard. I'm kidding. No. I mean Gremlins. No, not Gremlins. No, I'm sorry. No. Seriously. I like The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the original animated version, because I like Chuck Jones animation. I love Boris Karloff. It's just a really awesome short. It's a short piece too. You can watch it like 20 times over Christmas. But no, I like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the original one.
David Berg.
All right, it's been said before, but It's a Wonderful Life, just because it's really the true meaning of Christmas, and it brings the whole town together, except for Mr. Potter.
Leslie Nunez.
I would have to say The Grinch, but the one with Jim Carrey in it. I think it's just done very well. I think he's very funny.
William.
Well, as a kid, all the animated Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman, but as an adult, Christmas Vacation hard to beat. And as a recent, more modern one, Four Christmases was most hilarious. Like kind of non-Christmas, but it was Christmas. But it was. I don't know if you've seen. It's called Four Christmases. It's very funny, very funny. More modern look at Christmas.
All right, Mom, what's yours?
Love Actually. It reminds me of home.
Love Actually, and I gotta say ditto on that too. It was a Christmas story, but Love Actually just kind of took it over last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Love Actually is all around.
Yeah. Well, those of you that are at home right now, raise your hand. Okay, this will be an exercise on Paul's scavenger hunt. For those of you that are at home, run away for about a minute and see if you can find a Christmas picture and bring it back, okay? I cheated and ran away and did mine. This is, can't see that very good. This is Andrew at 4. He's 32 now, and you're not seeing things. He does have a mullet haircut as a 4-year-old.
I love that.
And this is Trevor at 3 with a hoodie and all that stuff. So those are some of our Christmas pictures. Andrew always says when he sees this, he goes, I can't believe y'all gave me a mullet.
What? Okay. Well, then I guess we are out of luck.
Oh, and you're the one who supplied the list, Paul.
Well, we had the pictures. They were part of the Christmas cards we sent out a couple days ago, but apparently they have now missed it.
I didn't see that, Rich. What was that? Show it again.
I don't know.
Oh, you just drew a picture?
No, they were from Jim Ross's Christmas party last year, but they're, I don't know. I guess I'll misplace them.
Hey, speaking of which, I went to the Kroger today, and the Salvation Army bell ringer, on the sign it said sponsored by Jim Ross. So one of our Chamber of Commerce members is really stepping up.
Arlington, Texas, brought to you by Jim Ross.
I inadvertently called him Mayor Ross on one of the calls last week. That got quite the reaction.
Well, he is running. So did anybody else find their Christmas pictures?
I did.
Okay, Amanda.
So here's one of my son, and I think he was in first grade, and he's my 27-year-old. And then here's another one of my daughter, who is 30 years old. So these are those ornaments that I talk about that are on our Christmas tree.
Well, Amanda, you have similar ones as that we do. So since we have a little time here, would you like to get back to normal times and just let's do our 30-second commercial and do some commerce? How about that, Bo? You want to start us out?
Sure, I can do that. So Bo Bearden here with Cloud9 Voice. We provide a unified communications collaboration platform for small to enterprise businesses. Whether you're one user or 1,000 users, we can handle your communications needs. No need for rollover lines. Cloud9 Voice includes unlimited calls, no busy signals, reduce costs while receiving the latest communications technology and features, increase efficiency with phone, fax, chat, and video conferencing tied into one platform. Low monthly fee for cloud-based managed voice services, and it also includes all support. Upfront expenses are a fraction of typical telecom upgrades. So Bo Bearden with Cloud9 Voice, drop the line and join Cloud9.
Thank you, Bo. Next, Heather, will you tell us about one of your many businesses?
Well, I only talk about one right now, and that's Southern Flare Photography. And it is sometimes too late actually to do your family portraits. So don't wait and hesitate and go, oh, let me lose a few pounds. Just do it. Get it over with. We're going to do our dad's side of the family over the Christmas holiday, and it is 2 years actually overdue. So get your family portraits done.
Okay, Paul, give us a shameless plug, please.
I'm good. But what I have done is I have just found a digital version of the Christmas picture, so I just put it in the chat. So I think that counts. A little innovation with that. So it is in the chat, so technically we're able to qualify. But yeah, it's always fun when you have pictures and you lose them. This is why I don't deal with anything paper-based, because I just lose them. But no, I mean, I'm doing the presentation once we reconvene back in January. No big thing there. You guys know we do book publishing, we do virtual conferences. And again, the main theme I talk about right now is just making lemonade out of lemons. And it really is just taking every opportunity and pivot in and adding additional arms to your business. That's it. So I just will say this. I would just wish you guys all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and a much better 2021 for everyone.
Thank you for that, Paul. Angie and Kathy and Dr. Parvez will y'all be the next three. Angie, tell us about the world of digital.
Sorry, the phone's ringing. Angie with Digital Corporate Services, printing company, corporate gifts, apparel, and promotional items. We have some new chopping blocks in. This is a smaller one. There's a bigger one. You can get your name, your family name engraved on there if you need a last minute gift. Also, we have many, many tumblers and different styles if you need a last minute gift. So come and see us. We will be open even the half day of Christmas Eve. So, and Merry Christmas to everybody. It's great to see you. It's good to see you, Paul. I haven't seen you in 100 years.
Okay, am I up next?
You are indeed.
All right. Well, just a reminder, Mid-Cities HR Association too. We'll have our legal conference coming up January 20th. So check us out at mchra.org to find out information on that. And I also just put up the worst Santa photo ever of me and my sister. So y'all can enjoy that and chat too if you'd like.
Dr. Parvez and Richard Froelich and David Berg will be our next speakers.
Sorry. Okay. Arlington Integrated Medical Center. We have traditional therapies and modern medicine, IV therapies, and take care of you in a holistic, mostly non-pharmaceutical way. I just launched a digital course, which is available now. And actually it's about finding your own individual body type and what you can do for that and just improve your health. So I've launched a digital course, and there's a quiz that will help you find your body type. So I just put that in the chat box, the arlingtonintegrative.com/quiz. Check it out.
I guess it's me now, right? Yeah, okay. Nowadays, everybody has to use video. I'm Rich with RF Media, and I've got over 2 decades of experience in professional communication, video and digital. If you want your video and digital messaging to have a greater impact on your audience, just get rich with RF Media. Everybody have a great holiday season. It was good to have the time to check in with y'all and see what y'all are doing. And I look forward to making my appearance with this group more often.
Hey, Rich, next year. I'm really happy that I can now take your face off of those milk cartons. So great to see. We're glad you know.
Oh, well, I'm glad it didn't come to that, where I didn't have somebody coming down and banging down my door and saying, "You're on a milk carton. Come with us." So that's good.
David Berg with Colors Professional Floor Care. We clean everything you put your feet on and a whole lot more. A good referral for me is only everyone. And I want to tell everybody, I know this is a tough year. Mission Arlington Charities, give something, please give. There's a lot of people out there that aren't going to have anything. So whatever you can help out, go through your cupboard. That food that you don't want to eat ever, give it to Mission Arlington or Arlington Charities. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Amanda, David, Curtis, and Leslie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda Falcon with McKnight Insurance Services. We, any kind of insurance, we do. Anything that we can help you with, commercial, residential, just let us know. Anywhere we can help you save money. And also, if you haven't been shopping your insurance policy in a while, you might want to look at it. And if over the holidays that you get any special presents, you might want to take inventory of your new stuff. So once again, Amanda Falcon with McKnight Insurance Services.
Hello, everybody. David Curtis with Hops HR, your local HR guy. I am running a special for my payroll service to migrate new customers over. So if you're looking to reduce your payroll costs in the new year, give me a call. I'm also going to start implementing a referral bonus for my current clients, if they refer over a new customer. So Dr. Parvez, hint, hint. So, but besides that, the big thing that's going around in the HR circles right now are, stuff regarding the vaccine. Can you require employees to have a vaccine? Can you have a, looking at all that, I'm going to be posting a blog on my website and put in my newsletter. So if you're interested, let me know so you can get that. So holler if you need any HR help or know a business owner that does. Thanks.
Leslie and then William.
So Leslie from Justin Peepgrass CPA. We do personal and small business taxes. So if you need any help with that, setting up things for this upcoming year, making sure we don't get behind on those, everything's good in the clear, please give us a call. Justin Peepgrass CPA.
And I'll introduce William as the air conditioning man who came by my house yesterday and made sure our hot was blowing hot. William?
Yeah, William with Climate Experts, air conditioning, heating, residential, light commercial air conditioning, heating contractor. So good tips is still, I know summer's gone, still change your air filters regularly. It's important. If you have gas furnaces, those are the most important to have checked. Natural gas, propane, worse. We don't like propane. But if you have a heat pump, I get a lot of nuisance calls from heat pumps. If you don't know what a heat pump it is, means your outdoor unit, like Sam's, runs more than the inside unit for your main heating. And they defrost a lot, they turn off a lot, they blow much cooler air than most people are used to. And sometimes when it gets really cold, like below 30, below 27, and it goes into defrost a lot, sometimes you just need to flip it into emergency heat for a little while and let the auxiliary heat run on its own, which are in your attic or your closet. It's electric heat strips. It's not dangerous. It just uses more energy, but sometimes it's a losing battle to try to fight the super cold temperatures at night. Having it defrost so much, just turn it in emergency heat for the first few hours in the morning and then back to heat pump and you should be fine. Merry Christmas.
Well, I guess, did I miss anyone? Well, I'll do mine then. I'm Sam Elliott with Schooley Mitchell of Arlington. We weren't able to have our annual meeting this November. The idea of going to Cancun for 6 days didn't seem like such a good plan with 200 people from North America. It didn't sound like a good plan. So we did it virtually the last couple days, and it was very productive. I've got a lot of good ideas for stuff we could do, and I'm looking forward to writing those down and getting your feedback on them. A lot of the Schooley Mitchell guys are really doing a good job of reinventing themselves in the pandemic era. So I'm anxious to share some of those ideas with you guys and figure out what we can make work. I shared some of that with David Curtis yesterday, and we thought we came up with some pretty good ideas, right, David? Okay, so Sam Elliott, Schooley Mitchell of Arlington, and I want to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season, whatever holidays you celebrate. I want to echo what David Berg said about taking care of the charity of your choice. We are participating in a reverse Advent process where for the days of Advent, we're putting together non-perishable food, and we're planning to deliver them to a poor family right after Christmas, because that's when the food stores are the least, because they've been depleted by the holidays. So whatever your charity is, just try to be as generous as you can. We know it's a tough year for everybody out there, but I'm sure it's tougher on a lot of people than it is on us. So just keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and happy holidays to anyone. And we've got about 7 minutes left. Does anybody have any holiday or other topics they'd like to, or how about any thank yous? I want to thank Mr. William for coming by and making sure my house stayed warm. And thanks to all of you guys for showing up for our virtual Christmas party. Any other thank yous? Just chime in. Yes, Angie.
Hi, I want to thank McKnight Insurance, Miss Amanda, who we love. She came in the other day, and we're going to get all of her marketing plan done for 2021 and get her some good items. So thank you, Amanda.
I want to also say thank you to all of you guys. When I first came on to doing the chamber, I was filling in, and all of you guys have made me feel welcome, and some of you have become great friends of mine, great mentors and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful to all of you guys, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I look forward to the new year.
Is Garland Gibbs still a member of our group?
I don't believe we've seen him since we've gone virtual.
But I mean, he's still active, not active, but still. Well, if he's still a member of our group, I want to thank him for our security system and Durham Contractors. I am just constantly, not that my house is falling down or anything like that, but I'm constantly going to David and having projects that I need him to help us with, and they've been fast, under budget, and super professional. So I can't say enough about Durham Contractors.
Well, Rich, I'm going to send you a copy of the people that are still active members. Okay.
Well, anyhow, thank you. I'll thank all the people that are actually a member of the group then next time.
No. That's just for your information. I'm not trying to exclude anybody.
Well, they used to be, at least last time I checked. So yeah, anyway.
Right. Well, we have a
sweater contest.
Well, I'm sorry?
The ugly sweater contest.
Okay. Is anybody wearing a Christmas article of clothing? Well, I guess your cowboy shirt.
No. Mom's wearing Christmas pajamas.
Oh, she wins by default.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Paul, I believe you said the prize was $20, so pay the lady.
All right, I'll send it via Venmo.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Technology.
Yeah, Venmo your mom. That's
right
awesome.
there across the room. That's good.
That's what I do.
About right.
Well, if that's it for the thank yous, we can go about our busy day.
Hey, Sam, just to
Okay.
clarify, when is our next meeting?
January.
You guys don't want to meet on New Year's Eve, do you?
Well, it's the morning of New Year's Eve.
No.
We shouldn't be that loaded. Okay, no.
I'm seeing January 7th as our next meeting, Sam.
Yeah.
All right, January 7th. Sounds good.
So we'll have a lot to talk about by then, and so
We could have a New Year's Eve meeting.
Party.
and have another virtual party.
Yeah.
Have it at midnight.
We could all be zombies from the vaccine.
That's
so
probably a
you never
no.
know.
Yeah, it would be an embarrassing meeting.
And by misfortune, as it turns out, coinciding with this meeting was another chamber meeting, which Joni and I think your dad, Heather, was at.
And Corey was there.
Corey was there also. So 3 of our most active members weren't able to come, and they may come on in a few minutes when they get off, but I sort of doubt it. But it's a shame to have 3 of our most active members not able to come.
Yeah, Corey said he wasn't going to be here. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah, they just ended the meeting like 5 minutes ago.
is that right?
Yeah.
So they're not coming.
All right, guys, I gotta hop on 4 strategy sessions this afternoon. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and see y'all in January.
Merry
See ya.
Christmas.